boys and girls, it's Miss Lindsay here. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a paper flower for our program of the day craft club. So your paper flower is going to end up looking like this, but a little bit different. If you're like me, you don't have everything at home, so you may have to improvise a little bit. So with that, I'll tell you some things you're going to want for this craft today. You're going to want some colored paper. It can be yellow for the inside of the flower is probably your best bet. Otherwise, you can pick a color for the inside. I just happen to have some purple paper. This is a little bit thicker. It's cardstock, but if you have regular printer paper in a color, you could use that. If you don't have colored paper, you could color on markers or with paints some paper and make a cool flower that way. I even heard that you could use newspaper if you wanted to. With the colored paper, you're going to want scissors, or if your parents happen to have one of these and can help you out with it, it is a little bit nicer to cut the strips evenly. If you don't have that, you're going to want a ruler to go with your scissors. You will also want some glue. Now I tried this glue. I'm going to be using a glue gun. If you have one, you could use that, but a glue stick would probably work the best today. Then you're going to need something to trace a circle. It can be a glass. I have this little candle, the perfect size for the one I'm doing. And then you're going to want something for the stem of your flower. Now the best thing would be a plastic or paper straw if you have them, and preferably in green. I have this hard plastic one I found in my cupboard from like Starbucks, so I had to improvise a little bit. But if you don't have that, you could use a pencil, especially if you have a green colored pencil, would work as a stem for your flower. Or you could even use a stick or something else. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. You're going to want to take your yellow paper that you have, and you're going to want to trace whatever it is you found to be the right size for the inside of your flower. And you may want to experiment a little bit. Depending on the size of the petals you choose, you might have yours too big or too small. As you can see, I've done a few different sizes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my circle. Okay, and then I want to make sure if I have pencil marks on it, that it's going to be face up so that my back of my flower will be that side. Next, you're going to want to take your paper cutter and cut some petals. So I have my paper already kind of trimmed here. I can put it out, and I'm going to use a 1/2 inch. So here is what I had that's about 1 inch. It's bigger. These are about 1/2 inch strips. Again, if you don't have a paper cutter, hopefully you have a ruler at home. You can go through, and if you need an adult to help you, you can practice, making 1/2 inch marks along your. So I'll go ahead, and I've done a 1/2 inch, and I've made one. Cut it super simply. Just watch your fingers. And again, you may need an adult to help you. All right, so now look at that. I have a bunch of these petals. You're going to probably want about 16. So now we can go ahead and get started. So I have my petal here. I've got my hot glue gun. Again, you could easily use a glue stick. When I used the glue, the liquid glue, it just was taking a long time to dry, so you might have to put it under something heavy. If you are using a glue gun, it's very hot on my fingers, so just be very careful. And all I am doing is just putting a dot of glue on the end to secure it, and now I'm going to put all of these petals together. You're going to get a pile. And you can choose whatever color flowers you want. You could even, if you don't have items for a stem, you could find a way to maybe hang them or put them in your window as a way to spread some joy in your neighborhood. All right, so now that I have a few of these, I'm going to show you how we attach them. So again, you can use your glue stick, would work perfect. I just put a little bit of glue, and you're just going to want to kind of put it almost to the center. And I'm going to put 4 on to start, and then kind of work on how I'm going to be spreading them out. Okay. Okay, So I started with 4 and I kind of spaced them out as evenly as I could this way, and now I'm going to start using my petals to fill in, kind of like that. So I'm going to try and space them out evenly. I need to glue more of my petals together. Okay, this is starting to look more like a flower, so I filled in the holes there, and now I'm going to fill in each space as much as I can between the flowers. Now, if you take a look at the back, it's pretty crazy with petals. If you look at the front, that looks like a flower. Now, I see a couple of spaces where I could add some more, but I'm going to pretend that I'm finished. So now I would take my pencil. I'm just going to use this one, and the tape that we had before. And I'm going to need a bigger piece. There you go. You want it to fit all the way across your pencil and secure it. And there you have your flower. So I hope you have fun making your paper flowers today, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Stay safe. Bye.